British boxing history.
I survived so much things in life.
Me and Dylan are going to put it on the line.
One fight can change everything, man.
You're getting knocked spark out.
Everyone write me up. I just keep showing up.
He's refusing to show up for today's Wembley press conference.
I'll definitely win this stare down. Howard!
Number one, baby!
You've gone silent. Where are you, Brilliant?
Hello?
Where are you?
He says he's the best. I want to fight the best.
I bring the hype.
I'm a problem. It's going to go up.
Wembley's a sellout and they've all come to see me. The Gypsy King!
No more talking.
Does it get any better than that?
Welcome back. Welcome back. Box Park, Wembley. Here we are. This is the weigh-in day for Tyson Fury against Dillian Whyte. And joining me is a man that just had all of the fans here chanting his name, chanting John, John, John. It is, of course, Big John Fury. How are we, sir?
Nice to see you, Dev. Thanks for having me on the show. And I want to thank everybody what's turned out here to see an amazing spectacle. You know, look, it's great, isn't it? And I'm feeling a lot of love of these people myself, never mind Tyson, you know. So, yeah, fair play, man. Enjoying every minute of it.
There was just a little moment here where we saw Dean White, part of Dillian's camp. He walked past. And you had a little moment, you were shadow boxing, he was throwing a few shots, you were throwing a few back. What happened there? Because it ended up being quite good mannered.
Well, listen, you know, these guys know what I am, like I know what they are. You know what I'm saying? But listen, let them boys put the show on. It's not about him, it's not about me. There's a time and a place for everything, and this ain't it. But you know me, I'm never ready John Fury, but it's all about Tyson and Dillian Whyte today. We're going to put on an amazing show on today for fans. Let everybody enjoy it, that's all I say. Enjoy.
What do you expect to...
And that was just a little hors d'oeuvre from on it.
There you go. Look, at the end of it, you guys embraced. There was a handshake. There's respect there, right?
It is. There's course of respect, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The guy will have a fight just like I will, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, when that's what we do, ain't it? You know what I'm saying to you? Listen, it's better than smashing the place up, innit?
I think so. Look, there was a moment I thought...
I'm ruining everybody's afternoon.
No,
yeah,
good.
Listen, guys, okay, I'm cool. I'm cool with it, yeah.
What are you expecting from today, John? What are you expecting from today?
I'm expecting today to see some good humour, professionalism, and a breath of fresh air, you know, but Tyson's so unpredictable. That's what makes him box office. I don't know. We could have a nice friendly, it might be something else, you don't know. There might be some pushing and shoving, there might be a bit of banter. I've no idea, but I'm looking forward to it. Listen, I don't even know what he's going to do, and I'm living with him all the time, you know, but listen, that's what makes him box office. Let's just enjoy it. Whatever's going to take place is going to take place anyway. Let's just embrace and enjoy, eh, Dev?
Were you surprised with how the press conference went? I mean, they were making each other laugh. It was all pretty friendly, because I was surprised. I felt as though, you know, Dillian's seen all this stuff. He's been silent for so long, and I thought it would build up to a big explosion, but it didn't.
The thing is, no, I wouldn't say that, you know. They're both vets of the game, you know. They've come up the hard way, both of them. And I think you're going to see that Saturday night. They're going to save it for Saturday night, these boys. There's a lot at stake here. Dillian Whyte wants to win. Tyson wants to defend and go on with his belt. But, you know, it all makes a good spectacle. But it means a lot to both boys. And I know it means a lot to Tyson being here at Wembley. You know, he's in his capital and he wants to impress. So does the other guy. That's what I think this could end up being a cracker.
What do you make of people pick who they think is going to win, right? David Haye's been obviously quite vocal. David Haye always seems to pick against Tyson. Derek Chisora as well. He said he's absolutely adamant that Dillian Whyte will be knocking out Tyson Fury. I think he said, Tyson, I know you're watching this. You know, Dillian's going to knock you out. What do you make of that?
Listen.
And he's boxed both guys.
Let's put it this way. Everybody's got opinions. They're like holes in your backside. Everybody's got one. But let them get on with it. You know, I know what capability my son's got. He's out there on his own. He's a sheer guy of the boxing heavyweight world. And at the end of the day, bring it on. You know, if they think, I'm glad they've got pride in there, man. You know, he's a London boy. Chisora's a London boy. You know, Tyson knows Derek well. But if he wants to go with Dillian Whyte, that's fair enough. But I know what my son's got. He's the best in the world by a country mile. He's going to prove it Saturday night. But good luck to all of them boys. Let them get on and support it. They're going to support. Good luck to them.
Dillian's been talking about the split, the 20%, what he's getting. What are your thoughts on it? Where do you stand with that? He says obviously he should be getting more, but he's getting 20%. What do you think of it all?
Thing is, to me, never get involved in the money side of it. It's all politics to me. Listen, whatever he's getting, there's a lot of people out there who'd like a third of it, wouldn't they? A quarter of it, whatever. They could, whatever percentage.
Yes, please.
It's a lot of money. It's life-changing money for anybody, you know. And at the end of the day, embrace it and take it with both hands. You know, Tyson is the best in the world. He deserves a bigger price. You know, he's you know, let's put it this way. He's a worldwide phenomenon, not just in Britain here. The Americans love him. He's had some great shows in America. He's earned his 80-20 in my book. But if they're not happy with it, they didn't have to fight. They didn't have to sign the contract, but they did. Listen, as people win world titles, never get anywhere near that kind of money. What's boxed all their life, you know, so it's a lot of money for anybody to have. So whatever they want to do, let them do. If they're not happy, there's nothing I can do about that.
How's it been, John? I mean, this is it, right? This is the biggest moment of Tyson's career, it feels like. This is pinnacle stuff. As a father, there was a period of his career where you were finding out about results, where you were in prison, and that's how you'd learn. Look at you now. The crowd are chanting your name. We're here at Box Park, Wembley, Saturday night. What a proud father you will be. How has that felt, the change?
You know something, I couldn't be any more proud than what I am stood here. For my money, my son made me the proudest man in the world in Dusseldorf, Germany, 7 years ago. So whatever happens now is just icing on the cake. But going back to myself, you know, I'm just so blessed to be stood here with all these people. I know there's a lot of people who don't like me as well. I can get it. I'm not for everybody. I'm like Marmite. Yeah, I love me or hate me. I know that. I can be a dick at times as well. You know, sorry about my French. But I can't.
We speak French on this channel
you
too.
Know, but there's one. I've got a lot of good in me. You know, I'll help everybody. I'm nice to people who's nice to me. I respect people who respects me. And you know something? I'm not too bad. You know, I am what I am. I am what it says on the tin. I don't have any airs and graces. I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not, because my son's got nothing. But my son's got millions and I've got nothing. But I don't want anything, just to get up every morning and see my son's doing well. And for all these lovely people to come and just chant my name, it's icing on the cake to me. I thank them all, you know, because who am I? I'm only a dad, really, and every other athlete's got a mother and father, a dad. But I think I'm special because I don't know why, but I'm there on my sons all the way. You know, and at the end of the day, I'm there thick and fast for them. Whatever they want to do, I'm there with them. I've never left them an inch, any of them in their life. That's all I'm good at, nothing else.
John, what was actually said on stage the other day, you know, with the press conference? Because there was a moment where Tyson and Dillian were kind of on the same team. They were climbing down all the entourages. What was said? I know you've told me that you didn't like the energy that Dillian Whyte had approaching the stairs. What was actually said up there?
No, what happened? I know what can happen at these big events. And we're living in 2022, anything goes. You know, all I seen was a big 6'7" guy, 20-odd stone, pushing through security, and the security couldn't stop him. The security just couldn't stop him, and I didn't know what he was going to do. So I stepped to him in case he stepped to my son, so I don't know what they're going to do. That's all I did. And all I said, right, you're on far enough. That's enough. And if they want to take it any further, it could have gone some further. But you know what? He had sense and I had sense. But you know what? The Gypsy King, thank him very much. He said, Dad, behave yourself. And I did.
Did you speak about it later on? Did Tyson, like, you know, you said there that he told you to behave yourself? Was it more of a telling off later on behind the scenes?
I got a right rollicking day. He went on for 2 hours. I said, you're giving me the headache. Right. I'm going to sleep, I said. Get on.
So I'd imagine today maybe it's going to be a bit more peaceful then. Or is it, John? Or
I
is it?
don't know, you know. I just don't know Tyson, do we?
Yeah.
You know, listen, he's a pro. He's a veteran of his game. All my sons are well-mannered and respectful. Obviously, they're big, strong, tough men. But listen, it's an enjoyable day, and that's what we want to do, enjoy it. And I hope it all goes off peaceful. I really do.
What about the weight then? What sort of weight do we expect Tyson to come in at?
Now, you shouldn't ask me questions like that, Dev, should you?
Well,
I'm not going to spoil it for all these people who's come hammering out. Come on.
But you can predict. I mean, we've seen him quite heavy. You know, remember the Wallin fight? That was a fight that you weren't particularly happy with because he came in too light, in your opinion. And then he piled it on for the second Wilder fight, and certainly for the third Wilder fight. The man was a bulldozer. So, do you expect him to be closer to what he was last time, or closer to the Wallin weight?
The thing is, in 45 minutes you're going to know to the ounce, aren't you? But he's right where I want him to be. We've concentrated on his weight more than anything, because I know weight can make a difference between a good fighter and a bad fighter, a pound either way. You know, it's that tight. But listen, I'm more than happy. You'll see in a minute what he weighs in at. You know, forget how he looks, Tyson. None of us are genetically gifted. We're overweight people. It's like me now, I'm 20 stone. You know, but I can still run 10k, 10 miles at any time. You know, so forget how we look, and I'm an old man. Tyson here, he's got a racehorse engine. Forget how he looks, mate. He can fight 20 rounds, don't worry about that. He's right where we want him to be. He's on fire, he's fighting at the bit to get going. You'll see in a minute, it's going to be great.
Tell me about the first Wilder fight. Now, from my understanding, you weren't keen on that fight happening. You didn't think he was in shape, or, you know, he was in shape, but he wasn't quite ready to take on the heaviest hitter in boxing. Happy that it happened now?
These things have to happen in life to bring us where we are today. But I knew Tyson was nowhere near ready for that. Then I'd be ready to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Stupidness. He just lost 8 to 9 stone in as many months, and he's taking on the hardest puncher in the world. You know, it could have went sadly wrong. That one fight, this may have never took place. I could have been feeding my son off a silver spoon for the rest of his life in a wheelchair. That's what I was worried about. He's been very lucky, he's been blessed, you know, but that had to happen to bring us where we are today. It's in the past, but it was terrifying for me. I don't even want to go back to it, tell you the truth, it was that horrible. You know, and at the end of the day, young people think they know everything. I've lived a long time, and I know if the weight's not right, they concentrate on looks more than strength and power. And you could drop him down to 15 stone, he'd look no different, but he'd be weak as a rabbit. You know what I'm saying? I know. I'm experienced.
Who do you feel won the press conference, John?
There was no winners and no losers. I think it was pretty sensible from both men. What I did see was a ton of respect either way. And you know something, that accounts for a lot, doesn't it? You know, so that to me changed the whole look of this fight, the way the press conference went. It really did, Deb. And that's how I know this is going to be served up a cracker through the way them men are. Because they both know they're not going to waste energy shouting and screaming at one another. They saved it all for Saturday night. So I'm telling you now, a blockbuster is coming.
Have you had a chance to speak to Dillian Whyte at all yet? Have you spoken to Dillian Whyte at all yet?
No, not a chance, no.
But you've been around it, you've been around, you know, the whole sort of camp. I know you've got like a sixth sense for some stuff. You can sort of sense people out. What have you sensed from Dillian Whyte?
He's matured a lot. He'll probably be a 10 times better fighter than what he was when he fought Povetkin. Because of all the COVID and the lockdowns and this, that and the other, it can affect a man's performance having no crowds. But Dillian Whyte's grown from there. He's got the win. They're both on even soil. Tyson's not boxed since last October. I think it's the same for him. You know, what I've seen is maturity, you know, towards the fight game. Both men know what they've got to do, you know, and Dillian knows he's got a mountain to climb. And Tyson himself knows if he switches off for 2 seconds, his belt's gone. That's how tight this is. And that's what I've relayed to him time and time again. Be on clock all the time for 3 minutes of every round. Stop thinking when you're bringing him into the game. He's a big lad, he can punch and he can fight and he's aggressive. And he's got a set, hasn't he? You know what I'm saying? So give him due. Yeah.
So you feel as though that's the big danger here, if Tyson just switches off, because he can get switched off by Dillian Whyte?
I won't let that happen. I'm there sat ringside. If I see him drifting, I'm going to be on him like a rash.
You'll be shouting out from ringside, yeah?
Yeah, I'm there, yeah. Don't get me wrong, Sugar Hill has done amazing things with him. Sugar, it's his business. He's trained Tyson. I've had no input what he does at all. All I want to do is make him stay focused. You know, and I'm sure Sugar Hill's got that all covered, because Sugar Hill is a great trainer. He's turned Tyson into the knocker-out artist he turned into. All thanks to Sugar Hill. Kronk. Big up Sugar Hill.
This Kronk style has changed everything,
absolutely.
Right? But tell me, this Kronk style, could he have used it against Vladimir Klitschko? or are there only certain opponents he can use it against? What do you think?
With Tyson's ability already had, there's no harm in mixing sledgehammers in with your boxing game, is there? You know, now Tyson's got sledgehammers with, you know, superior boxing skills. So it all makes a better fighter, don't it? You know, he's made such adjustments, and these guys can adjust in the ring, you'll see. Tyson is special.
It's tremendous, John. I mean, look how this place is filling up. There's people calling out. We've got fans here demanding to see John Fury versus David Haye. John, do you want to fight David Haye?
Listen, you know, if I've got to get back in the ring looking like I'm looking, but 12-week camp changed anybody. I'll fight anybody, but it's got to be big dollars for me. It's got to be big dollars.
Well, let's bring in Frank Warren. Frank, if you want to jump in the middle.
The man of the moment.
Man of the moment. Looking dapper, Frank. How you doing? How you feeling heading into this one? It's the big one, right?
It's exciting. This is exciting. John and I were talking earlier. This is stuff that dreams are made of. You know, it's the biggest selling event ever in boxing in Europe. It's phenomenal. I mean, look at these people just showing up for the weigh-in. Tomorrow night is going to be phenomenal. It's a great fight. On paper, it's a great fight, and it will be a great fight. Styles make fights, and these two absolute gladiators, styles will gel to turn it into something special.
And on that, Frank, I mean, the styles do mesh so well. Stylistically, there may not be a better fight in the heavyweight division. What do you think?
Well, I think I agree with you on that. I think they do gel, and they do. You know, you look at what's Dillian got to do. Dillian to win this fight, he's got to get past Tyson's jab. He's got to close him down, which means he's coming forward. And if he's coming forward to unload, you know plays in my opinion, plays into Tyson's hands. And if he stands off him, he's not going to outbox him. I can't see that. So for Dillian, he's got to put everything on the line, and I'm sure he will.
Would you agree with that, John?
Absolutely. If he can pull it off, but we've trained for that. We've never left. Everything we think he can bring, we've trained for. That's why Jarrell Miller was in at 23 stone for that job. You know, we've trained for that as much as anything else. Tyson's got so many gears now in his locker. You'll see. You know, we've got every angle covered. We know he's going to come from the bell. You've got no other choice but to try and smother Tyson and keep working away. But you know what? Footwork, strength, skill. We've worked on it all, you'll see. Frank, this man, unless he gets extremely lucky, can't beat Tyson Fury.
I mean, obviously, I fancy Tyson. I'm in Tyson's camp, and I think he will prevail in a. But I think they will get in the trenches, because one thing Tyson does, he's the type of guy. If he does get clipped, he'll stand and trade with him. He don't get on his bike. He don't. You see when he got the floor.
You're right, but I've addressed that and all.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what he does, and you've seen him do that against Dillian Whyte. We got off the floor when I thought it was over. That first fight. He got off the floor and took the fight to him, and by the end of the round was on top.
Like I say, you know, we trained for all of that. I said, look, if you do happen to get caught, just stay focused, whatever happens, you know, and just. Well, I'm not going to say because I'm not giving game plans away, but it's been 8 weeks of training, what he's got to do. It's all right talking about it, but you've got to do it in there Saturday night.
Practice, yeah.
You've got to do it, you've got to put all them plans we've made into action. But you know something, you're going to see the best Tyson Fury, not just because I've been in the camp, because I've been nobody. Sugar Hill's had the main charge, but you know, he's my son. This is my life, Frank, Dev. You know, and we want to come away with them belt shot and saying, and you know what? I'm not a silly man in this fight game. I've watched the sparring from ringside and been on it. Hang on, there's a mistake there. Let's address that. Everything what I see him coming at, because I've studied him on the videos, I know what he's going to come with. We've addressed it and we've worked on it. Let's just see. You know, we can't do any more. The work's been done. It's up to the gods now, the decision.
The training's over, the tickets are being sold, they're weighing, and tomorrow's going to come upon us, and 94,000 people are going to be sitting there. The atmosphere is going to be electric. These guys are going to walk to the ring. It's going to be like something else. get into that ring, and then they're going to put on such a great fight for the fans. I'm convinced of that.
What are you expecting from the weigh-in today? When they go face-to-face, I mean, at the press conference, Tyson gave him a little tickle. It was quite good-mannered. John and Dean had a bit of back and forth, but Tyson and Dillian were quite well-mannered. What are you expecting today?
Look, who knows what's going to happen? You know, whatever's going to happen to be dictated by Tyson, because if you want to play mind games with him, you know, he's the boss at that. So we'll see. Whatever happens is going to happen. What's more important is what happens tomorrow, because that's the real deal. That's when there's no one jumping in the middle. It's them two in the ring and a referee. And they get down to business, real serious business. Plying their trade, warriors, gladiators, putting everything on the line, giving the fans what they want. That's what will happen tomorrow, an explosive fight.
There's been a lot made about mind games. When Dillian Whyte was silent for so long, people said he's playing mind games. There's no one who plays mind games in the heavyweight division like Tyson Fury. Who do you feel has won the mind games heading into this fight, and have there actually been any mind games? What do you think?
For me, I don't even get any of that. I don't see what's happened regarding mind games or nothing. All I know is we won a purse bid. We had to toss to see who goes first. This was the coin. This is the $41 million coin that they spun for the fight. That one there. And the bottom line of all of it was, from that moment on, we had to engage. We had to sell tickets. We had to get the public going. And one person has done that. One person who showed up at the press conference, it was him. That's Tyson Fury. The fans, he left these shores nearly 4 years ago. He's back here now. In that time, he had 3 epic fights. Epic fights. Great fights. One of them the best heavyweight fight I've ever seen live. Great fights, and that's why the fans are coming out for him. It's the homecoming of Tyson Fury. And Dillian, who's been waiting all this time, 200 years for his opportunities, now got it. And he's got to step up and do the business.
John, have you seen any changes in Tyson from the guy who left the UK 2018, he fought Francesco Pianetta in Belfast, to the guy who's going to be fighting on Saturday night? How has Tyson changed?
Tyson, he's probably paid this more mind than any fight he's ever had. You know, because he wants to win so bad. I don't know what it is. I think Dillian Whyte's bringing the best out of him, because he's been training like a man possessed. They've got to rein him back in and say, hang on, have a couple of days off, lad. You know what I'm saying? He's so focused on this fight. I don't know what it is about Dillian's probably fetched the best out of Tyson. You know, but has he improved tenfold? You know, he's making good quality sparring partners, you know, work. And sometimes it's embarrassing when it's at one-sided, you know what I'm saying? But listen, it all depends on how they feel when they're getting them ropes on Saturday night. If they feel good, that's just it. That's all it hangs on, whether they feel good or not.
What have you sensed from being around Dillian now, Frank? I mean, I saw a little handshake on the pitch between you the other day. What's your relationship like at the moment?
Well, I mean, I've got a relationship. I mean, that's the first time we spoke. The thing, it's no relationship or anything. It is what it is. Look, he showed up. I don't want to be all I want as a promoter, and for the fans, I want them to engage. I want them to tell their story, to help us make the fight, and it helps him sell himself. That's all I want, nothing else, nothing less. And anyway, we've done what we've done now. All that stuff is yesterday, doesn't mean a thing. It's irrelevant to where we are. What's relevant now is these guys weigh in, go and rest up, and tomorrow they put their gloves on and they come out and show the world what they got.
In the third Wilder fight, just gone, we saw multiple knockdowns in that fight. Both guys were down. Do you think we could see multiple knockdowns tomorrow night?
Well, look, he can punch, Dillian Whyte. You can't take that away from him. He's a big
John's shaking his head.
He's a big puncher. Listen, if you fighters get caught, you know, you do get caught. You get caught, as you've seen with Tyson, champions get up. You know, they say people are chinny, they take a shot. Chinny's not going down. Chinny's not getting up. And with Tyson, He knows what he's got to do. He knows better than you, me, or John, or anyone. He's the guy in there. He's got a tremendous boxing knowledge, boxing brain, and obviously, you know, boxing's the art of hitting and not being hit. And he's a great exponent of that. But there are times when he will stand and trade with you. Or go and put it on you. The second Wilder fight, he put it on him. He walked straight out to the centre of the ring, took the centre of the ring, and had a trade with him. That's what he did.
What are you expecting weight-wise from Tyson? Me and John were talking earlier about the Wallin fight. The Wallin fight, John wasn't happy. It looked like he came in too light. It looked like he was trying to be more of a body beautiful. But then he turned into a bulldozer for the Wilder fights. What are you expecting, Frank?
I don't know. I think he'll come in around the weight he did against the last fight. I think he'll come in around the weight he did against Wilder the last fight. You know, I'm not sure. I mean, John will know that much better. That's one thing. The other fella don't want to be coming in heavy. He wants to be coming in light. He comes in heavy. He's got to cart that around the ring with him.
I think looking at him, and obviously when a man's dressed, you can't really tell. But it looks like he's trimmed up a bit.
He has, and he's putting all them thick clothes on. That's what I think. I think he'll be light.
You know, listen, Tyson there, you know, whatever he weighs, I'm happy with that because I concentrate on the weight. What he weighs in at today is where we want him to be.
What about this atmosphere then, Frank? I mean, it's incredible. They're really turning out for both guys.
Can you imagine what it's going to be like tomorrow? Times this by 94.
Look, it's remarkable. Did you ever think we'd get here, Frank? I mean, that Sefery fight was your first fight of the resurrection, this period of Tyson's career?
I mean, look, when Tyson came back, we sat down, we had a chat, and I'd worked with him before, and I had a really good experience working together. He came back, we spoke, we went into BT, we done a deal, and everything, touch wood, has worked out how we felt it. And it's moved along lovely. He's done what he's done in the ring. He's proven to the world what a great fighter is, the best heavyweight of his generation. And he's matured. He's matured as a man. You know, all those trials and tribulations he's come through, he's gone from the bottom to the top. And for any man to do that is hard, really hard. And to do it in the public eye is even harder, but he did it.
Do you think that's been key to sort of Tyson engaging with the public so much? The fact that he is so relatable, he goes through things, or he is publicly going through things that people are going through every day in their lives.
He's a man of the people. That's what he is. I mean, he came out and talks about the problems he was having mentally, and the problems he was having with booze. He came out and said it. Most people are hiding it away, all those things. He came out and bared his soul. He said, look, it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody, but if it happens to you, own it. Own up and try and deal with it. Seek help. And that's what he did.
And John, from your community, what were you making of Tyson publicly going through these trials and tribulations and having so many messages? People, I know you say yourself, people are reaching out to you for help as well. He's really become a real ambassador for mental health and what people are going through every day.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, Dev. He did something yesterday and it brought tears to my eyes. I'm not going to say what he's done, but outer amazing is an understatement for it. And I went in my room and I'll tell you, I had to wipe the tears out my eyes. That's what kind of a boy he's turned into. Help beyond all belief. You know, and I won't say what he's done because I'm not what I'm about.
He didn't do it publicly, what he did. He's not like that. He doesn't do it publicly.
He does it. And you know what he said, Frank, to the people? He said, look, I'm going to do this for you, he said, but on one condition. It's not spoke about in the media or anywhere. And I tell you what, he went up tenfold in my book. And I think, you know what makes me so proud to know that
he's your boy.
He's my boy. And he just keeps amazing me now, 57 next month. I keep saying, how many good points is this guy going to keep bringing out? And he's helping people every day, alcoholics, drug addicts, people with bad with the nerves. Every person with a problem, Tyson Fury stands for them. And when Tyson boxes tomorrow night, he's doing it for those people suffering. And he knows them people watching him and they depend on him for willpower to carry on to the next day. But you know what? He's an amazing boy. and he's saved a lot of lives. He's helping people daily. And thank God Almighty, because he's the man we need to have a mention here for giving him the platform and the ability to do what he's doing. And Frank here putting good shows on. It's all working out brilliantly. You know, but he's an amazing kid.
Well, look, we're going to bring in another guest, and we're only going to do this because they shook hands earlier and had a good embrace. We're going to bring in Dillian Whyte for Frank. Just a quick hello. Dean, join the stream.
I'm inside. Come in.
You're here.
I've got to go anyway. I'll phone you back. I'm inside. Yeah.
Dean's in the stream now, Dean. If you want to squash in just a little bit more. Look, I saw something earlier. I saw you guys have a bit of a shadow box, but it ended with a handshake. It ended with a cheer from the crowd.
Absolutely.
It's all respect, right?
Listen, one thing in the world, if you don't get respect, it's disrespect. That's what I always say. It's either you respect someone or they just disrespect. As far as I'm concerned, we show the respect. It's cool. I didn't have nothing. I've always seen him and seen this man. I've always been respectful, irrespective of what you might something you say in interviews. That's by the by. It's entertainment business. We can't go into emotional factors. When you see someone and they give you the respect in front of them, you got to take it for that. That's how I deal with things. Anything other than that, I come here, you had a little shake about, but then we gave a little, and it's a man. So as man to men, you deal with men and give credit and respect where it is. The boys done it on the stand the other day. We done it here today, and the fans done it. And this is the most important thing. This is the sport we love. So we've got to be grateful and have great pride in squashing things either by what Dillian and Tyson's going to do on Saturday, trying to get the title, or being amicable and just saying, well, let's talk it as men or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's all good.
Is it all good, John?
As I'm concerned, it's all good in the hood.
In the hood. God damn.
Trying to put a bit of Brixton chat in there.
Come on. John's the hood man from the other ends.
Let me tell
The only
you.
fighting you need is in the ring. End of story.
Absolutely. Where they're getting paid big money.
That's right. It's about them, not anybody else. Isn't it?
Absolutely. And I agree with that totally. So it's not really about me or him, but sometimes things happen and it goes that way. I think I saw an interview, he said emotions was there and he kind of sensed something. There was actually nothing going on, mind you, but it's down to interpretation, so it's fine. I wasn't even mad because, like I said, that's his son. I said to him, that's your dad, I get it, but you got what I'm trying to say.
The only thing is, like I'm saying, he's a big dude, pushing security all over like school.
No, it wasn't.
I'll tell you
I was actually hold on now you've crossed the line. Hold on one second. I could get the security guys, because what happened is I came forward, I said, excuse me, and then he said, Dean, we got to wait a minute. The guys behind me, I was with a lot of guys, they tried to push. I said, no, let's wait, because this has been going good. I don't want you lot pushing and causing it to get into a melee, because you know we've mobbed up people. Once everyone starts pushing, it goes left. I didn't say what when the guys are there, and I said, listen, and then the security said, I'll let Dean through, but the ones at the front didn't hear him. So what was happening? I said, listen to that guy, he's calling. Then he turned around and he said, oh yeah, he can come through because Dillian was calling. I did not push none of those guys at the front. But anyway,
if you got a son, you'll do the same thing, no doubt.
I got my sons are 28, both of them, big boys.
When they weigh in, there's only going to be them up there anyway, so it's cool.
And when they fight tomorrow, it will be only them up there also.
There's only them two going to be up there anyway.
Dean, look, before we let you go, tell John why Dillian Whyte wins on tomorrow night.
Look, it's going to be a hell of a fight. For me, listen, I'm a boxing fan first and foremost. Tyson Fury, very skillful fighter. I'm a fan of Tyson Fury because I'm a fan of boxing. He's done great stuff for the sport of boxing. Tomorrow, I just feel it's Dillian's time. Dillian's waited a hell of a long time. One thing, and Tyson knows because we've knew them a long time with Peter and all those boys from Belgium, Manchester, all over, all over the place, and we've linked them. Tyson used to come to Dillian's early fights on Channel 5, and we sat together rooting. He's saying, Dillian, throw this shot, dude. It was all camaraderie, we was together. So I know the journey both guys have been on. So for me, it's obviously I'm backing my bro, I'm backing my family. You got to back yours and do what you got to do. At the same time, I'd rather keep it because I'm thinking both guys know each other. It's selling the fight and doing stuff. The fight's been sold. There's nothing. There don't need to be any disrespect or shadowing. And I was so happy Tyson and both guys done that because it showed the pride in what this is. They know who they are. They know who they are. They're fighting guys. But yet again, going back to what we were saying, Dillian, it is his moment. It is his time. I just feel like he's in a great place. He didn't have to go through the mental battles with Tyson Fury, one of his charismatic, charming talker that could charm the pants on someone fucking way back there by the words he does. So he didn't have to go through that and endure the mental fatigue, because mental fatigue is worse than physical fatigue, as far as I'm concerned. So I think he's done a great job. We bypassed that. Saturday night, both guys are going to go and do what they do. The man who makes the best adjustments and does what it is going to be victorious. But God willing, both guys are going to come out safe and come back to other families well, and they're going to be paid well, coming from where we are, my guy. And that's the most important thing for me.
Listen, well said, son. Can't add to that, can you? Well, man's speaking the truth, that's it.
There's clearly respect there.
Of course, man.
But I'd still like you to tell Dean why Tyson wins tomorrow night.
Listen, you know, both men's got to be on their A game. If Tyson's not 100%, he'll get beat. Simple as that. You know, his brother's a good kid. You know, we know him, we know his history. He's got a set on him. He's going to come to fight. He's going to bring it to Tyson. You know, but like I say, we've trained for the best Dillian Whyte. We're not trained for a Dillian Whyte what fought Povetkin months ago. We've trained for one far superior to that, which is on an eye. You know, and the kid's a good fighter. You know, he's here, give him respect, which Tyson did, didn't he?
Absolutely.
You know, there's no winners and no losers in the press conference. What they did, it was a breath of fresh air in the press conference, you know, to give people an insight to see the real characters on both people. You know, they go back a long way, these guys, 2010-11, they stated it there. And I think, in my own opinion, you can correct me if I'm wrong, pal, they're saying in one of us minds, let's not bother shoving about here, let's leave it till Saturday night and may the best man win. And good, you know what, whoever's victorious, they'll have a shake at the end of it and the beers are all on the winner. How's that sound?
Yeah, I'll just echo that. And it is that, because I think when it's all said and done, they're going to remember the time they shared together. I remember, you know, there was a friendship, a kinship. It's only because of boxing that made them rivals a little bit that they forgot that. Because as you see, they were smiling and jovial, tiggling. And that was quite nice. It was different. They didn't need to be kind of wankers to do it, sorry to be the word, and do, you know what I mean, to sell it. They were just like, rah, old times, I remember you, you remember me, let's give each other respect, let's do it all in the ring. And even on the pitch, they were talking and they were like, you know what I mean, and it was nice. So for me,
all we can do, Frank, is like these two men battle it out in the ring, and it's a sport at the end of the day, isn't it? But listen, the paying public's the winners, aren't they? That's it.
What are you going to say?
What I'd say, Frank, there was one comment there that Dean made where I would like your reaction, because I'm not sure if you agree or not. Dean said that Dillian benefited really from not engaging in the mind games, no mental fatigue heading into Saturday, and he benefited from that. What do you think?
It's all irrelevant. All of it's irrelevant. They're going to wait and they're going to fight tomorrow. The rest of it doesn't mean a thing now. You know, we are where we are. We're going to get a good fight between the two of them. And we've all got opinions who will win. You know,
that's exactly what I was going to say. This was just my opinion. Dillian might think, and I think the fans, for me, as a fan, I would have liked to have seen it, but I understand what he done to Deontay Wilder in those fights. He smoked him. In the end, he had to come with headphones because he couldn't handle the tongue lashing. So we know what the tongue does. It's mightier than they sword, they say, you know, because we've got to remember that.
All we're going to get a good fight tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And we've all got our opinions. And you know mine, you know where we are with everyone.
So what's that, Frank?
I said we've all got our opinions who's going to win.
Absolutely.
And that's it.
Look, Dean, we're going to let you go.
Let's put it this way. He's going to support his kid. I'm going to support my son. And if you wasn't doing that, what kind of a man are you?
Exactly.
Hey,
that's
listen, that's what it's about.
And that's it. So I understand that.
May the best Tyson win.
And make the best Dillian rock and roll. Listen, thank you very much, guys. Anyway,
let's get some handshakes.
Come on, absolutely. Come on, man. That's what we can do. You can do this stuff. Listen, guys, I'll see you over there.
Dean Whyte there. Yeah, you can leave us, Frank. You can leave us, Frank.
He makes me laugh, this Frank, you know. He was like a pig in a butcher shop there, so you. I gotta laugh.
Fantastic. Well, look, we're gonna cut to. I caught up with Carl Frampton earlier, a man who John Fury knows very well, and let's see what he had to say about this fight. All good? Have a little break. But have you caught eyes with John yet? I mean, last time you were around Wembley, I mean, you had your own sort of face-off.
No, not yet. David Hayes here, and he hates David Hay more than me, so it should be all right.
Look, if you do catch eyes, hopefully we capture it on camera as well.
Yeah.
Who's under more pressure in this fight? Tyson's the king, right? He's the one everyone's aiming for. Dillian's been waiting for so long. He used to call Tyson a coward, like, all the time.
Yeah.
Who's under more pressure?
Tyson, without doubt, because he's expected to win. People expect him to win. The bookies have him as a strong favourite. The public have him as a strong favourite. And with that brings its own pressure. I always thought when I was in fights that people, easy fights, so-called easy fights, that's when the pressure really comes and you have to perform. But it's not an easy fight. This is a tough fight. Dillian Whyte is really up for it. He's probably fighting with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Feels like he hasn't been treated fairly throughout. Feels like he deserves a bit more money and all that. We know what everything that he's talking about, but Tyson certainly is the one under pressure just because people expect him to win.
Who do you feel like has got more miles on the clock? We've seen Dillian Whyte knocked out. We've seen him hurt in quite a few fights. Tyson Fury, we've seen him down, get back up, and he's taken on 3 fights with the heaviest hitter, many people are saying, in boxing history.
Yeah.
That's got to put miles on the clock, right?
Yeah, it does, and that's a good question.
Not as good as the nipple one.
No, you've asked me the worst question ever and the best question.
Cheers, mate.
No, but it's a really good question. I don't know. Obviously, the 3 fights from Wilder were all pretty brutal and intense, and you don't need many of them in your career. Although Dillian Whyte was knocked out pretty spectacularly by Povetkin. He's been in 1 or 2 tough fights as well, but them 3 fights from Fury have taken a lot out of him. And someone mentioned it to me. I wonder, did he fight like he did against Wilder in the 2nd and 3rd fight because of the years of hard work and losing the weight he doesn't have the mobility that he once had before. Who knows?
Is that you saying you don't think he does?
I
don't know.
I don't know. It was a good point someone brought up to me, and I never thought about it, to be honest. But it's a valid point. Tomorrow, if I was Tyson Fury's coach, I'd be telling him, get up on your toes and try and outbox this guy. We may see him. He said he's going to stand and have a fight. So I don't really know. There's so many different things that we can expect in this fight, but I think. Well, what we can't expect is it's definitely going to be a good fight. There's no way it can't be a stinker. It won't be a stinker.
Absolutely not. Hopefully not. Look, he's been talking a lot about retiring. You are
to the official weigh-in, and we welcome those of you watching live on BT Sport as we get set for a historic night of World Championship Boxing tomorrow at Wembley Stadium in London. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry in association with Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, along with their great sponsors, 32 Red, Foot Asylum, Unibet, Coinfield, and Arnold Clark. If you are unable to join us at the stadium, you can watch it live on BT Sport Box Office and in the United States on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to begin the weigh-in process with our undercard fighters. These 2 combatants competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round international featherweight contest. We will first welcome to the scale from Bucharest, Romania. He has 36 professional bouts to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the scale, Stefan Nicolai. $127.4 for Stefan Nicolai. And now we will welcome to the scale his opponent tomorrow night. from Lisburn, Northern Ireland. He is undefeated with 1 win. That 1 win comes by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Kurt Walker.
Young Kurt Walker taken to the stage. What a chance for him. Big opportunity, right?
Yeah, he's coming
129 pounds. 129 for Kurt Walker.
You see, this event will bring the best out of everybody because they know it's a big stage to be showcasing the skills on, you know, so everybody's going to bring their A game here. Look how fit these boys are, you know.
It's all feeling quite real now, John, you know. I mean, this place is packed to the rafters, and now the weigh-ins actually started. These fellas facing off.
The speed of light, isn't it?
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 4-round international featherweight contest.
Kurt Walker kicks off the action tomorrow night at Wembley Stadium. See the Olympic tattoo, former Olympian. Oh, what a chance, what a stage to make a statement. Handshakes at the end there. I wonder if there'll be handshakes again with Tyson and Dillian Whyte.
That remains to be seen, Deb, doesn't it? The excitement's growing, I know that, because I can't tell you the answer to that.
Yeah. You said before, you don't know what...
Ladies and gentlemen, our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 4-round international light heavyweight contest. First to the scale, coming to us from Poland. His professional record, 2 wins, 11 defeats. One of his 2 wins comes by way of knockout. Let's welcome to the scale,
Will they rise to it, some of these guys, or... Is there a danger that some of these fellas could wilt under the pressure with all those people there?
There's every chance of it, Dev, you know, because it's a massive event and it's all about the strength of mind. This 94,000 people. Look at the weigh-in here. This is a daunting task on its own for most fighters, you know. But if the men who can enjoy and soak it all up go to the next step. The ones who can't, what can you say? It's not for them. Even though they're going to try, but you know what?
175 pounds and 12 ounces.
Everybody on this bill's so lucky to be on it because it's massive.
Look at this, Michael Siach really soaking it in. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
Next to the scale from Chatham, Kent, England. He had a stellar amateur career, becoming a 2018
Great ovation here for Karol Atama.
And now as a professional is undefeated.
Olympic youth gold medalist.
His 6 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Karol Atama.
Tremendous ovation here for Karol Atama.
Yeah, amazing physique. Yeah. You know, he ticks all the box build-wise, you know, and for what I've seen of him, I haven't seen much of him, but he looks very, very good, this kid.
Yeah, again, with this guy, it's really his mentality. You're talking about how mentality...
This is what you need. He looks to have it all, Dev, doesn't he?
He ticks a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
We spoke to him earlier on in the week as well. I think you had a word with him saying
I did.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how big he was for a light heavyweight, you know. He looks a man 14.5 stone, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he's a big guy.
But listen, a big strong boy, fast hands.
Yeah.
And if he's got a mindset to match, well, who knows where he can go.
Only 21 years old, Karol Atama. Part of the appetizers.
Magnificent to see. He even could be a future opponent for Tommy further down the line, you know. They're both the same category. Yeah. They both strip well like that, you know. What a match that could be in the future.
Well, there's one for you.
Yeah.
Tommy Fury will be taken to the stage very, very shortly as well. And of course, the whole weigh-in process will conclude with the big one, Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. And look, we can't wait. I wonder if we'll see a handshake here with Karol. Oh, there you go. Nothing but respect.
That's good sportsmanship, respect.
That's
why not, Dev?
2 out of 2 so far in terms of handshakes. There we go.
Won't speak too soon, but hey.
We continue the weigh-in process. Our next 2 combatants competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 4-round super featherweight contest. First to the scale fighting out of Swindon by way of...
So many familiar faces, John, around here. I can see Otto Wallin, actually. I believe he's got a media accreditation for this fight. He's actually working as a journalist. So,
well, good luck to him. You know, why not? You know, keep them busy while they're not fighting.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's all. Everybody's got to make a living, Dev, haven't they?
Absolutely. We've seen one journeyman opponent so far who's really soaked it in. Look, they won't get onto a bigger stage than what they're doing now.
No.
You can see they're taking in every single moment.
The thing is, a journeyman now, even a journeyman's going to raise his game. Yeah. You know, tomorrow night, journeyman's going to be hard to beat all of a sudden because they all want to impress. Because a night like this could change their future.
To the scale from Southampton, Hampshire. He had a stellar amateur career.
Great ovation here. Royston Barney Smith.
With one victory. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Royston Barney Smith, a.k.a. Sugar Boy Roy.
In good shape again, you know. So
32 pounds, 132.
He's in good shape. Marvellous stellar amateur career for a young kid at 18. You know, they just got to take the time with this boy, match him right, and go very steady, and you can do big things.
Well, that's it. It's going to be about when that man strength comes as well. He's had the one fight so far. It did go the distance, but he looked so slick. I guess the difference is, John, that he's now going to be fighting grown men.
The thing is with it all, though, saying he wants to be the youngest ever world champion and all that, I don't know whether that's a good idea or a rush thing, you know, but they want to pay some thought to what they're saying and doing with this young boy. If he's looked after right, he'll go all the way.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 4-round super featherweight contest.
3 out of 3 on handshakes, John.
There you go. Get in there.
I do wonder which will be the first fight where they don't handshake.
Obviously, you're going to get a bit of it, you know what I'm saying? But you know what? They're all beaty, the crowd today. They're all happy. It's a happy, jolly lot, aren't they? And good vibes spread, don't they, Dev?
No, it's tremendous. Tremendous being here at Box Park. Plenty more to come here at Box Park, Wembley. We're live across the Queensbury YouTube channel, social media channels. If you're joining us via talkSPORT, you're very welcome. I hope you're enjoying what you're watching. So many here have packed out Box Park, Wembley today. And the main event will be up very, very soon. Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte will take to the stage. The build-up, it's been friendly at times, cordial at times. There's been times where it looked like it was going to get spiky, and look, we just don't know what to expect today, do we, John?
No, you know, and it's good to see Thomas Treiber back again.
Yes.
He was there right at the beginning of Tyson's career, his pro debut. Good to see him back on the job, you know. Amazing.
Yeah, I remember he did his first fight back in 2008.
That's right, a lot of years ago.
And yeah, look, Thomas Treiber, what a story he's had. First fight, and now here he is. It's good to see things like that. That's that sort of consistency. He's stuck at it, and here he is.
He's come a full circle, hasn't he? He's come back a lot more experienced than when he went, I'll assure you. But he's very good at his job, isn't he? Very good.
Well, the heavyweights are about to join us now. I would imagine we're about to see Big D. David Adeleye will be on there very shortly. I know you're a fan of that guy.
I am indeed, yeah. You know, he's improved every spar he's had, and he trains hard, this kid. He's dedicated, he's never late for anything, and he wants it. And that's a rare thing in a young heavyweight.
Chris Healy.
I know the other lad from Stockport, though.
Yeah.
He's an hard lad, yeah. He won't go over easy. He's got a fight in his hands, as David.
He's a central area
Absolutely,
champion,
yeah.
You know, and
again,
he's taken some unbeaten records, and he's loving it. Soaking in every moment. Gets a big thumbs up from Big John Fury. I'm telling you, they're soaking it in, John.
Let me tell you, don't look at the way he's built, he can fight.
Well, look, I think boxing fans should know better.
Big, strong man.
Yeah.
In London, undefeated with 8 wins. 7 of his 8 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is David, the Chosen One, Adeleye.
The Chosen One there playing up to the crowd.
He's superbly conditioned though, David.
Yeah.
He's done his work. That's why he's at ease. He's happy. Look, he's enjoying it, Dev. He knows he's had a very good camp. He's been with us the last 8 weeks.
Yeah. What's he like as a lad? What's he like being around in camp with
you know
all you
what?
guys?
He's a breath of fresh air. He's a gentleman. He just wants to soak up all the knowledge he can, and that's good to see in a young man. I can't fault this young man. I think he's going to be a great heavyweight in the future, and he's a nice guy.
232 pounds and 6 ounces for David.
Go on, David Adeleye. Go on, son.
John, with David, we've heard so much over the last few months that he's considered a small heavyweight. He doesn't look small to me.
Good God. Well,
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two.
if they think he's small, go to Specsavers, isn't it?
Heavyweight
Go to Specsavers indeed.
He's well up for it, David, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he loves it. Oh, he's one. Have you heard about the tattoo he's got on his arm?
Yeah.
He's manifested this moment. No handshake this time, John.
Chris Healy only lives about 5 miles from me.
Yeah.
And he has a reputation in the area of being one of them. He'll give his all, Chris. You know, and you know what? This will be a good fight. You know, and it's a stiff test for David, this is.
So Chris Healy could be one of those guys with a bit of
Absolutely.
a deceptive record. Suddenly switches it on in front of all these
He's game,
people.
and he's a 10-round man. He's a 10-round fella. He's been 10, and I've watched him. He stays at one pace, but he's there for the 10 rounds, and he's a big, strong boy. So there you go. Anything can happen.
Oh, he looks in good condition, though. David Adeleye, it's
Absolutely,
a big night for him. And look, again, about that tattoo. Do you believe in this sort of stuff? He had it tattooed on his arm, Wembley Stadium, and he's manifested it, and he's fighting there on Saturday night.
He's going to remember it for all his life, isn't it? It's on his leg. You wouldn't forget it anyway, but he's making sure no one forgets it, including himself, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's done. Tattoos are there for a remembrance, aren't they? But when you want it, look at it.
What do you think's going through Tyson's head right now? Tyson's now moments away from weighing in. He doesn't have to make any weights or anything. What do you think he's thinking?
Tyson's just in fight mode now. He's switched over now. He's in fight mode. The nice guy Tyson's gone out the window now. He's just tunnel vision and getting the job done. And I know he's biting it. He can't wait to get there.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Daniel Bolcha.
Here he goes, Tommy's opponent.
Yeah, Tommy's opponent. Let's see.
Another
let's see how he
stiff test.
And this is the man that you picked, right?
Yep.
Why did you pick him?
Because he's good and he's only lost one. He's been round the block. Yeah, he's fought some good kids, these men. Listen, to get 10 wins where he's from, you've got to be able to fight. Yeah, tall and rangy. He's there. He won't be. Tommy won't have to go looking for this kid.
175 pounds. 175.
Tell you what,
for Daniel.
he's bang on.
Bang on the weight
What
limit.
you want to see, John?
Yep. That shows you he's there and he's come for a go.
From Manchester, England.
Here he comes.
He's undefeated with 7 wins. 4 of his 7 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Tommy TNT Fury.
This is a man used to the big stage, though, right? I mean, he's done big weigh-ins before.
Yeah, he's used to it. Again, a fine fella. Oh, don't worry, Dev. I've had the DNA test on this one. He's definitely mine. Go on, Tommy, lad!
£177
Well done, son.
For Tommy Fury.
Looks in good shape, John.
Yeah, lightest ever. You know, but let me tell you, he's a fit boy, ain't he? Tyson can do everything he can do and more.
How far can he go, John? How far can Tommy go?
Tommy can win a world title. I say shades of Golovkin in him in his sparring. The kid trains hard. You can see how he is. He lives in the gym.
You got a lot of stick for that comment, John, on social media. People say,
I don't
what are you
care.
talking about?
I understand more about this job than people commenting, Dead me.
In a scheduled 6-round international light heavyweight contest.
What, the height difference there, John? Was that part of the thinking? Are you going to
Well, listen, the kid is a rangy guy. He's there, he throws plenty of punches, he's on the front foot. That's what we need. And Tommy's a come-forward fighter, so that's why I picked him. You know, because he's ideal to test Tommy. He's got it to do, Tommy, I'll tell you that now. You know, if he beats him, I'll be happy. You know, I really will. But the test is now for Tommy.
Yeah.
The start of the test starts here.
Do you feel as though he needs to put on a big explosive performance, not just, you know, because of the stage it is, but also this Jake Paul fight? We all want to see it, right? He needs to keep that alive.
Let me tell you, this fellow that's come here beat Jake Paul. Don't worry about him. But let me just tell you, Tommy knows what's at stake here. But what you can't do is put too much pressure on a kid at 22 years old. You've got to ease him into it. He knows what he's got to do. He's on clock. You know, and at the end of the day, if he can't beat the likes of these fellas here, good boys, where we're going with it? I'm a realist, you know what I'm saying? But I think Tommy will go to dizzy heights here. You watch. I don't get things wrong very many times, Dev. You know, if he wasn't up to it, I wouldn't have him doing it. He's a lovely looking kid. There's other work in easier spots than boxing for him. But I know he can.
How much has he improved, John, since that fight that he had in August, Anthony Taylor, out in Florida? How much has he improved since then?
Different fighter. He's a different fighter. He's away from home, he's a young kid on his own with strange people in his corner. I'm here with him, living with him. And if I tell him he can do it, he knows he can.
He is undefeated with 14 wins. 7 of his 14 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Nick Bull.
Nick Bull now taken to the stage. Huge opportunity for him. I mean, John, you were around him the other day. You said that you sort of sensed the fighter in him. You could tell he was a fighting man.
Nick Bull's going to bring it. Isaac's in an hard fight here. You know, and at the end of the day, fair props to both boys. It's going to be probably the fight of the night because it's a 50-50 match. Nick Bull's a proud young man. He's strong built. He's short, awkward and stocky. And, you know, he's just going to keep firing away there. He poses a problem to Isaac.
There's a reason why a lot of people are saying this could be fight of the night. This one
Absolutely.
makes it
I'm looking forward to it.
He hails from Morecambe, England. He has a professional record consisting of 21 wins, just 1 defeat, 3 draws, 6 of his wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Isaac Westgate Warrior.
Tremendous ovation here for Isaac Lowe. Once again, boxing on Tyson Fury's undercard. It's his first fight after a defeat. And he's picked a very difficult test here. It's surprised a lot of people, the fact that he has gone in quite deep in his first fight after a loss, John.
Well, to my money, Deb, the only defeat in his record is probably to the uncrowned featherweight champion of the world. That boy, what he fought, probably beat all the rest of them because he's heavy-handed. He's got an engine second to none. The man who beat him, I'm talking about, and it was a big ask for Isaac, you know. But honestly, Isaac's a warrior. He's not called a Westgate Warrior for nothing. This kid loves the tear-up. You know, he can box, but he gets dragged into a warfare fight and he can't help it. But listen, he's definitely eye candy to the paying public and the viewers, believe me.
Absolutely, he loves to tear up. If you watch back that last fight, he was down, but he kept getting up
so much heart. You've got to give him credit for that. He's got the heart of a man 7 foot tall, hasn't he? And for my money, he was in with the best featherweight in the world that night. And you watch, I've said it first, that guy now who beat Isaacson, who needs him club, these other guys don't want him.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest, and it will be for the vacant WBC Silver Featherweight Championship.
Verbals exchanged there, John. I mean, I guess it's the emotions, they sort of boil over a little bit, and sometimes you get that at these face-offs.
There's a lot at stake, Dev. Both men want it. East on Liverpool, the War Warriors down that end. Isaac, you know, he don't want to have lost his record because it's, well, where does he go if Isaac loses? There's a lot of pressure on Isaac. Nick Ball, there's not really much pressure on him, you know, because he's stepping up to a man in Isaac's class, you know, so I just see a mouth-watering contest to me from the off. It's the one who's got the best engine and the will to win who's going to get this.
There's Nick Ball there.
But if I was in his corner, I'd be saying box Nick Ball, put him on the end of the jab, tie him up, give him angles and take a punch on him. If the knockout comes, it comes, but don't go looking. Because that's when you get caught yourself, and Nick Ball's very strong.
We are building up here at Box Park, Wembley. Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte will be on the scales very shortly.
Stand by. The weigh-in of our co-main event and main event will be coming up shortly.
Well, 10 minutes. Looks well, Isaac.
At Box Park, it's so busy here. It's so busy. There's so many people here. It's gathering steam here, John.
Isaac's wife and mother there. That was just Isaac's wife and mother and his brother. So, yeah, the wrong way. Get the drink. Don't mind.
What did you make of? What did you make of Tommy and his opponent Daniel Bocianski? We saw the face-off. A real height difference between the two guys, John.
Listen, you know, Tommy's oozing confidence. You know, and Tommy knows that anything less than a good performance will cost him dear down the road. Tommy's up for it, but this other lad's going to bring it, I'll tell you. He's not an easy touch, this lad, believe me, he's not. He's calm and collected, he wasn't getting involved. He's here, he's not fazed by the crowd, a professional, and he's just going to get on with the job and pose a problem or two.
Well, look, he's got to win, obviously, Tommy. You know, this
Absolutely.
Jake Paul fight, they're going to be linked together, these guys, until they do fight. There were comments from Jake Paul a little while ago where he said he doesn't want to give Tommy the fight now. He'd actually rather fight Tyson, or he'd rather fight you. What do you think?
I think he's trying to tread where the grass is low, don't you, with me? But listen, forget me. If he thinks and believes in himself that much, fight Tommy. It's a fair fight. Fight Tommy. But what I do say to him, don't start using the Fury name to your own benefit. If you don't want to fight him, jog on and don't mention our name ever again. But we will fight Jake next Saturday if he wants it.
Do you rate him, John?
Listen, I'll speak my mind and the truth to my truthful man. Very clever young man. Done very well in his life. You know, but as a boxer, he's yet to prove himself. He's got to fight proper fighting men. You know, Tyrone Woodley, an old fella, you know, past his best. He don't really do it for me. I'm a boxing purist. You know, I'm not saying he can't do it. He can fight, but there's levels to this game, and he'll know that when he steps in with Tommy or another pro boxer that's had professional fights. He'll find out the difference then.
Do you feel as though he's sort of carefully matching himself?
Absolutely.
How do you think Tommy could beat someone like Jake Paul? Is it easy just because he's a boxer, or will it actually be a bit of a fight?
Tommy, good looking for him from the off. You know, and he's got no to beat Tommy with. He's not got a skill set. He's very one-dimensional. He's upright. You can see what he's going to do. I've watched him. You know, he's all right for what he is. For where he is this career, he's a 4-fight novice. He's learning the game. But, you know, these guys have been in it all their life. And you're training every day with a brother like Tyson. It's got so much got to rub off in you, isn't it?
And what about Dillian Whyte then? So you said that you've been near him and you've seen he looks quite fit at the moment, as much as you can tell from what he's been wearing. How much will we find out today about his game plan tomorrow from the weight?
Nothing. I'll tell you now, before he gets on the scale, he'll have worked hard, Dillian Whyte. He knows, if he hasn't, he's a fool, isn't he? The biggest chance of his life, only miles from his home, you know, 94,000 crowd. If he hasn't trained, well, stupidness, isn't it? But I know he has. But you won't find nothing out till tomorrow night. They're very clever, they're shrewd people. And let me tell you, Harold Knight in his corner, he's as good as it gets out there.
Well, yeah, it's Kronk versus Kronk.
Absolutely. That's what makes it better than what it is.
It's filling up here nicely at Box Park, Wembley. And very shortly we'll be hearing from Echo Esserman, who'll be taken to the stage. What about this Echo Esserman, who suddenly, you know, the Anthony Kakachi fight has fallen out of bed, and all of a sudden Echo Esserman gets the call and says, "You're on this show."
Dangerous man, Esserman. I've seen him fight before. Yeah. Very technical, good, can punch, awkward, got everything. A nightmare. You know, so let's, yeah. Well, look, that's an extra treat, isn't it, in my book, that, Deb?
Tell us, John, about this one thing that everyone keeps talking about for the main event, for Tyson and Dillian Whyte. They keep talking about Dillian Whyte's left hook, and that's the punch that Tyson has to be so wary of. Is that something that's been on your mind in camp? Is that something you guys talk about? Tell us, what insight can you give us?
No, we know he's got a right hand that comes out of nowhere from ugly positions where you wouldn't think he'd get power in it. He throws it off balance. You know, the punch, when it lands, it's effective. But whatever I've seen in him, we've trained for. You know, with a left hook, all you've got to do is keep your eye on it. Keep your eye on it, and you won't get hit with it.
Well, yeah,
what happens when you take your eye off the ball?
Well, the ball hits you.
The ball hits you.
The ball
you miss
hits
it.
You, yeah.
No, really, there's nothing more we can do. The winner of this fight is up to God now. We've prepared as much as we possibly can. And you can overthink anything.
Yeah, look, all the talk is done now, really.
Yeah.
See the Lord Lonsdale belt there in the middle, proudly owned by Echo Esserman. Great opportunity for him. What's the mood been like with Tyson this week then, John? Is it just the same old? Does he seem
same old confident
yeah.
Tyson, laughing and joking? You know, he's a breath of fresh air to be around. I've enjoyed being around him this week as well. Yeah. You know, fight week's an enjoyable week, isn't it? And we have enjoyed it. We've been doing quizzes in the house. We've been doing games, silly stuff, but enjoyable stuff. You know.
What games have you been playing? You strike me, John, as a man who plays no games. So what games have you been playing?
Name countries beginning with C, A, B, D, and whatever you can get them on. You know what I'm saying? It's stupid but good.
Yeah. Fills the time.
Yeah, filled our time up. Played a few games of cards and whatnot, so there you go.
And does Tyson always win?
Don't lose, man, he's good. I think he cheats a bit of cards, though, to be honest. He had all his old guys last night doing press-ups.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Me, Sugar, George.
Well, look, you're in shape yourself, John. We can see it. You've been part of that Spartan camp, haven't you?
Yeah, we know so much. At my age, you can only get in let's say, 70% of what you can get to. But you know what? I eat right. I run every day. I lift a few weights, hit the bag. What more can I do? And I'm in the gym all the time with the boys, so that keeps me half there, you know. But I like my food, Dev. I like a few pints of Guinness as well, to be fair.
I said something to Dillian Whyte yesterday. Actually, it was Wednesday. And I said, look, if he wins this fight, obviously he's backing himself to win.
Oh, yeah.
If he wins this fight, he's just beaten Tyson Fury. He's become the WBC Lineal Ring Magazine Heavyweight Champion in front of 94,000 people at Wembley Stadium. He's not tied down to any network. He's not tied down to any promoter. He becomes the hottest free agent in boxing. So much on the line.
Sky's the limit for him. You know, and at the end of the day, we've trained to prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
You know, but anything can happen. But you know what? If it did happen, we'd be the best of sportsmen about it. Tyson will wish him all the luck in the world, shake his hand and buy him a beer, whether or not. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's how we are. You know, the best man on the night wins. They're both prepared. It's just who wants it more and who is the better man. And you're going to find out, you know, but what can I say? As long as they come out of it with health and strength, that's the main thing. But yeah, sky's the limit for Dillian if he wins.
Should Tyson come away with the win on Saturday? There's been a lot of talk about retirement. He's really doubled down on it this week. He keeps saying he's going to retire and it's his last fight. But there's still riches out there. There's still legacy out there. Would you not want to see... Well, I mean, what do you want to see? Do you want to see him retire or do you want to see him fight the winner of Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk?
The thing is, Dev, how much money does a man need? He's won everything there is to win. He can't do any more in the boxing world. You know, and get out at the right time. He's got a young family, young boys growing up. They need a father's influence like I was always around my boys, you know. And he's rich enough, he's done enough, so why not? Whatever he decides to do, I'm going to support him fully, right behind him with it. But I know what Tyson's like. Sit home for 2 months, he'll want it again. You cannot build an house on what Tyson says. He's too temperamental. You'd be fooled to. He loves this game. Look here. How could you not love it? Honestly.
You said the other day 94,000 people will change his mind if he's really thinking about retiring.
Absolutely. Especially if it's a good night for him and he feels good.
Well, it's a big fight week when Jimmy Lennon Jr. takes over. He's flown over from the States. He's done Tyson's last few fights.
He only does the big ones, doesn't he?
There you go.
In association with Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated. Well, fans, our co-main event of the evening is scheduled 12 rounds of boxing. It is for the British Boxing Board of Control, IBF European, and the Commonwealth Welterweight Championship. Let's bring our fighters to the scale at this time. The weight limit on this fight is 147 pounds. First, we invite the challenger to the stage. With a record of 21 wins, 2 losses, he has 9 wins, coming by way of knockout from Bradford, England. Please welcome the southpaw contender, the challenger, Darren Tetley.
Unknown quantity.
Darren Tetley gets his shot. He's always involved in good fights is Darren Tetley.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's going to have his work cut out. Echo Esserman will be the favourite. Echo Esserman considers himself to be the #1 welterweight in the UK, and really, what a chance to prove that on Saturday.
Darren Tetley weighs in at 145 pounds, 12 ounces. 145, 12 ounces for the challenger, Darren Tetley.
He's in shape and he believes in himself.
To the scale, the champion. Undefeated 16-0 with 7 knockouts from Nottingham, England. Here is the undefeated Echo, the Engine Esserman.
He's very good, you know.
He's a very difficult man to beat. He's that, and they call him the Engine for a reason. I mean,
that's right. Awkward.
Awkward.
Punch.
He's relentless. He's got a tank. He won those British and Commonwealth titles by stopping Chris Jenkins.
Did in a great bout there.
Yeah. Well, look, at that time, people don't really do that to Chris Jenkins. That version of Chris Jenkins doesn't really get stopped. He did when he fought Echo Esserman, and he made a statement that night, and he'll be looking to do the same again on Saturday night.
Honestly, you know, he'll be knocking on world title doors soon. I know it's all late notice stuff for Tetley and all that, you know, but he's involved in good fights and whatnot. You know, he'll come and do the best he can, won't he?
Well, look, this is a fight that was meant to be happening next Friday. Right. It's a good thing that they are, you know, they're in shape, both in shape, both on the way.
You never know what fit guys bring on the night. And they do raise the game on a night like this. You know, we're at tomorrow evening, 95,000. Well, he's having a bit to say.
He's having
confident.
A bit to say.
European and Commonwealth welterweight championship. Echo Esserman versus Darren Tetley.
They're up for it.
There hasn't been any huge animosity in the build-up between these guys, but that was pretty intense. That was nose to nose. That was verbals being exchanged. That was gestures being made. And yeah, for me, that's got me even more excited about that fight.
Again, it's levels to this game, Dev. On this kid here from Nottingham, you know, I just think he's a class act and he's got a lot of tools in his box, hasn't he? And wants it when he's in there. Wants it badly. Got this new WBC belt up there, look.
Event coming up shortly. It's the Heavyweight Championship of the World.
Incredible.
Madness, isn't it? You wouldn't think it'd be possible for a boxing match. You know, it's not like two mainstream football teams going at it, you know what I'm saying? It's a boxing match. You know, it's suppressed everything, it surpassed everything.
When the fight pretty much sold out within the first day, were you guys surprised?
No. Do you know, Dev, the British are the best boxing fans in the world. They get right behind the fighters, and it's a beautiful thing to see. That's why all the rest of the world's jealous of this country, because they all get behind the man. Look at the turnout today for a weigh-in. coming off that.
Jimmy Lennon poised and ready. John, I want to get your thoughts on a comment that I heard from Dillian Whyte yesterday. He talked about Tyson Fury as a giant, and he said giants age faster. He said that they start getting problems with elbows, etc., etc.
Not this giant.
You put no stock into what he said?
People can surmise all they want, but facts and fiction still are things. If I didn't think my son was up to it 100%, he wouldn't be here. He'd been retired long ago. There's loads of fight left in Tyson Fury, loads.
John Fury has his own fan base now. I mean, this is it now, John. You have become a public figure. You're followed around. You get people chanting John, 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 John.
I'm an Indian summer dev, aren't I? But I want to thank all them people who's behind me. You know, it means so much to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm only a dad. You know, but without me, that great athlete there would not be here. You know, and you know what? It's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's nice to be nice. It's nice to be like Tempted Dev. And I thank every one of them very much.
Security in place now on the stage. I wonder if they'll be needed. I mean, I don't think there's going to be... Yeah, you say...
I hope not, but you never know.
You never know, that's it. I mean, look, I don't think there's going to be huge entourages. You're here with me.
Yeah.
You know, I can't imagine Dean will be up there. But let's see.
His brothers there, the best security you could ever have.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the official weigh-in for the highly anticipated main event of the evening, the Heavyweight Championship of the World, brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions in association with Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated. Sponsored by 32 Red, Unibet, Foot Asylum, Coinfield, and Arnold Clark. Well, fans, here we go. It's 12 rounds of boxing. This is for the WBC and Lineal Heavyweight Championship of the World. First, we invite to the scale the challenger from Brixton, London, England, the WBC interim heavyweight title holder. Here is the heavy-handed WBC #1 ranked contender, introducing the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte. £253 4 ounces. 253 pounds 4 ounces for the challenger, the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to the scale at this time, the defending champion makes his return to the UK. The two-time world champion in his 5th world title appearance. Here is the undefeated, reigning and defending WBC and lineal heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. 264 pounds, 13 ounces. 263 pounds, 13 ounces for the defending champion, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. It does not get any bigger than this. It's for the heavyweight championship of the world. WBC and lineal titles at stake. The #1 challenger, Dillian Whyte. The undefeated champion, Tyson Fury. Wembley Stadium. Live on BT Sport, Box Office, and ESPN Plus pay-per-view.
What were you in stones on that?
264. It's certainly under 19.
One, one! Go on, Tyson, lad! For it, Demi!
He's well up for it. Look, he is ready to go. I think Jimmy Lennon's going to get a quick word with him on the stage.
Tyson, you're making your return to the UK, defending your title. 94,000 fans in attendance. Do you have anything to say to your fans here today, watching in live and around the world as well?
You know what? You guys are fucking unbelievable! Come on, UK! I'm so happy to be back here fighting at Wembley Stadium. And you people made it happen. You all made it happen. Every one of you's made it happen. I just want to say a big shout out and respect to Dillian Whyte and his team. Proper professional men. And we're going to give you a fucking real fight. Don't doubt us. We're going to put a show on like no other before. It's going to be a war. Don't worry about that.
Thank you so much to the defending world champion, the undefeated Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Well, Tyson Fury in good spirits there, John. I mean, let's talk about what we just saw. Very friendly. There was, to be honest, what I saw, I thought Dillian Whyte approached it to do a proper face-off, and Tyson was moving, and eventually Dillian started joking around as well.
Both boys never know what's ahead of them tomorrow night. You know, 2 seasoned vets, they've got history, but I'm telling you now, this is going to be one tear up this. I just hope Tyson keeps his head and don't get involved boxes. You know, I can see both men want it that bad. The calm before the storm, so to speak. It's amazing, isn't it? Lovely fans. Lovely.
Unbelievable scenes here. The crowd is singing Tyson Fury's name. John, just quickly, what do you make of the weights?
Yeah, it was right where he wanted to be. 263. He's on the right weight, you know, just below 8 at 19 stone, I believe. You know, he's right where I want to be. He'll come in on the night a few pounds heavier, strong, hydrated, ready to go, you know. He's full up, tank's full.
So he's lighter than the last 2 Wilder fights?
Yeah, listen, he weighed in, I think, 19 stone 11 for one fight. You know, he's a stone lighter than that, you know, but he's right, well, you can see he's trained hard. Take no heed of his physique. You know, we're all made like that. That kid is as fit as a butcher's dog and as strong as a lion.
11-pound weight difference between the two.
Yeah.
What sort of fight? We said that when Dillian Whyte takes to the scales, you'd sort of have a bit of an idea as to how he's going to fight. So what did you make of his weight and the shape that he was in?
Again, he's strong. He hasn't took too much weight off. He had done it right. He'd have not thought, oh, we'll have to lose weight to do this, that and the other. He looks strong and mentally with it. You know, he's going to bring it. He really is.
Both fighters in tremendous shape, and yeah, they exchanged caps at the end as well. I don't know. These are old friends now, aren't they?
Hey,
these are old friends.
Listen, when men's about to do battle, mate, you can only give one another total respect, can't you? He's in one corner, you're in the other. You're going to go to it, aren't you? So, what's the point in not respecting your position, or vice versa? They're not amateurs, are they? The pros.
Well, yeah. Let's hear from Dillian Whyte himself, who will be joining us very shortly. Be interesting to see what Dillian has to say. Biggest moment of his life, biggest moment of his career. Big John engaging the fans here as well. Tremendous atmosphere here at BoxOffice.
Amazing. This is what it's all about, Diff.
This is the big one. And now all that's left to do is fight. 94,000 people, BT Sport box office, Saturday night. ESPN grabbed their chat with Dillian Whyte. I mean, I had a chat with you before, John. I said, do you want to ask Dillian a question? You said, well, let's see how it goes. After that, it seemed okay. It seems like we can have a cordial chat here.
Listen, I'll follow you with it.
John Fury's getting photos with the fans here. Incredible. The face-off. 11 pounds weight difference between the two guys, between the heavyweights. Tyson Fury lighter than the last 2 Wilder fights, but heavier than the Otto Wallin fight. And let's grab a word with Dillian Whyte. Dillian, you want to jump in the middle here, sir? Biggest night of your life, biggest fight of your life. How you feeling after facing off with Tyson Fury?
I'm good. Tyson's the same guy I know from 8-10 years ago. It's the same guy. I'm the same guy now. I'm the same now as I was then. Him was always cool. He said a few things to me, and then that kick-started this whole thing between him. But I respect him and respect me, and we're ready to do battle. Yeah, we're ready to do battle tomorrow. I'm here, ready to dust up and have it.
There was a bit of getting up on tiptoes, and then you went down like that. A bit of fun up there.
Yes. We're playing the thing in it, obviously. It's taller than me anyway, so he stood up, so I bent down. I'm not gonna fucking jump, am I?
You're not. Look, John's here. Look, this is quite a unique position here. This is Big John Fury.
Oh, I thought it was Steve Bunce.
John, anything you want to ask Dillian? Anything you'd like to ask Dillian?
Listen, they behave like gentlemen out there. I'm sure he's coming to bring it. You know, he's in good shape, 253. What more can you say? He's a big enough dude. Let's see, he's up against an extraordinary foe in Tyson Fury, my son. He's got it to do, he knows that. But listen, the boys have got history. You know, they've been gentlemen about it. What more can I say? Good luck to both men. No more, no less.
Yeah, of course, he's going to back his son. He's not going to come here and say anything else. You know, listen, me and Tyson's cool. We've always been cool, but I'm ready for fucking war. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Listen, I'm ready to go. He's ready to go, and we're going to... Listen, this fight's going to be a funny fight. It's going to be a good fight.
Tell us all finally, tell John, tell me, tell everyone watching how you're going to win on Saturday night and how you're going to beat Tyson Fury.
Tune in tomorrow and find out.
He said tune in tomorrow.
Find out.
That's right, tune in tomorrow and find out.
Tune in tomorrow and find out.
Tune in tomorrow. Listen, it's going to be a good fight. This is a fighting man. Tyson's a fighting man. Let these two giants collide and sort out today and enjoy the money. And shake hands afterwards and have a good day. That's all you can say.
That's right. That's right. I'm ready to go. Listen, I give as good as I get. I'm easy. You know me. Simple as that.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Dillian. Best of luck to you tomorrow. We remain live here. Tyson now doing his bit. It's getting quite crowded here. Little chat there with Dillian Whyte. I mean, there's respect there, right? There's a lot of respect between the camps. You can tell that. It's all cordial. It's all friendly. He told you he was going to beat your son. You said, okay, you know, best of luck to you, kind of thing.
That's the way I am, Dev. I didn't know what he had the security around him for. Like, you don't see me with security, do you, pal? Well, listen, onwards and upwards. They behaved impeccably. It's going to be a great fight. The only winners here is the paying public and the viewers around the world. You know, it's going to be a great atmosphere. It is already, you know, amazing. Thrills by the second.
Being that close to him,
even
John,
for me now.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. When you were that close to him, you were stood just there.
Yeah.
Could you sense anything from Dillian Whyte?
He's cool, calm and collected. He knows what he's got to do tomorrow night, you know what I'm saying? What can you say? The veterans of the game, aren't they? They're getting paid a bucket load of money for it. What's to get nervous about? I've been beat to death all my life for free. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they're getting millions of pounds. Let them enjoy it. There's a lot of men out there, other world champions, get nowhere near that. So you know what? They should enjoy it, shouldn't they? And be sensible and give the public what they want.
Absolutely. I believe Tyson's going to be joining us very soon. And we'll have quite an incredible moment where you interview Tyson, the father of the WBC and lineal World Heavyweight Champion.
The best in the world by a country mile, in every way. Incredible. Us a man, us an athlete, us anything. There's no better than that boy there, mate.
Absolute pandemonium here. Tremendous occasion here. Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. I'll tell you what, Dillian Whyte does look ready to go. He's just cool, calm, and what did you make, John, of the comments in the last 24 hours? I know it's probably all friendly now, right? But he said you could fight his dad.
I'll fight him, as you can see. Never mind his dad. You know what I'm saying? You know, this man here is ready to go. I'm old, but I'm game, and I can still fire. You know what I'm saying? And when you got heart like me, you know what I'm saying? When I was a pro, I took these fights without training. No camps, nothing. Been to work all day, tarmacking all day. Maybe laid 15, 20 ton and get in a fight for night time. I don't value any man. I'm a fighting man. And I'll say it. Did you see me stand aside? Did you see me crouch down? No. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I thought if you want to try and swing one to the left, bang with my own left hook.
Well, I'm in no rush to swing or get banged by that left hook.
I can tell a good story, can't I?
Absolutely. I'll just let you talk, John. Just let you talk. But absolutely fantastic. So again, huge occasion. We've got fans here going on FaceTime. We've got all sorts going on here. I mean, what an atmosphere here. Tyson Fury will be joining us very, very shortly. Huge occasion. WBC and lineal heavyweight championships on the line. Is this the pinnacle, John? This is the pinnacle.
Don't get no better, Dev. It does not get any better than this. You know, whatever you can do after this will not even give you enough energy to get out of bed. Because this is to be an end of it all, isn't it, in the sports world. Richest prize in sport, they're going for it.
Have you envisaged him standing tall with the WBC belt held aloft?
Every minute of the day and every second of it.
At Wembley, yeah.
This man can't beat my son. I'm telling you that now. Too clever, Tyson. Clever. Got it up here.
He's quietly confident. But I'll tell you what, one thing I've noticed, John, Dillian Whyte's of course been saying a lot. What he hasn't committed to, he hasn't said, I'm going to knock out Tyson Fury with a left hook.
You don't have to. He's just got to try and prove it Saturday night. Listen, fair play to the kid, you know what I'm saying? He's here. He wants to do a job. He wants to become world champion. He's waited over 1,000 days. It's his big opportunity. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to try and grab it with both hands, Dev. But it's a tall order for him. He knows it.
When he got on the stage, there were boos, right? When Dillian Whyte got up there. But I'll tell you someone who wasn't booing, it was you. And you were clapping loudly for Dillian Whyte. Tell us why.
I respect a fella gladiator. He's going in there Saturday night, he's put his life on the line. Everything he stands for, his family, what he thinks, what he believes, is all on the line tomorrow night. So respect him for what he is on that day. Whatever happens the next day happens, but today, it's then.
Well, here is Tyson Fury, the man himself. Please jump in, Tyson.
Big time, big time.
We've got Sugar here as well. Let's all get in. Tyson.
Get up!
Cat's gone. Let's get up there. Tyson, you've just gone face to face. You've just gone face to face with Dillian Whyte. Tell us your thoughts. What did you see in that man's eyes?
You know, he looks focused, he looks ready. But you know what, at the end of the day, he can't beat the Gypsy King. Not a man born from his mother can beat the Gypsy King. Nobody. And I proved it time and time again. And you'll prove it again, boy, to the world tomorrow night. Don't worry about 95,000 people. I'm annihilating all DOSs as I've done all my life.
John, have you got any questions for your boy here? What a moment for the Fury family.
Yes.
What have you got to say to your boy?
What have I got to say to him? Do your thing. Yes. Be yourself and go in there and reign supreme. And let's get home up that motorway north for them both. Welcome to the north. It was like being in the north here, wasn't it? Yeah.
Tyson,
Right.
Tyson, when he first got up on the stage, when he first got in your face, it looked like initially he did want to do a real tense stare, and then you tiptoed, and then you played games a little bit. What did you make him dance to your tune up there?
Do you know what? It's all good. It was all fun and games. We enjoyed it. You know, I said to Sugar, I want to enjoy all this camp. I want to enjoy every minute of it. My dad's been in camp with us. We've had a fantastic camp, you know. We've enjoyed it, we've had fun, we've played games, and we've been serious as well. So we've had 14 weeks training for the camp, and that's it. We're ready to rock and roll.
What did you say to him up there?
I just said good luck for the fight, whatever. Honestly.
Finally, tell your dad what you're going to do tomorrow night.
My dad knows what I'm going to do tomorrow. I know what he's going to do, don't you worry. He's going to win. That's all we do is win. All he does is win.
Tyson, absolute pleasure. Sugar, quick word from yourself.
Knockout time.
There you go. Tyson Fury, Sugar Hill, John Fury. Incredible scenes here. Box Park, Wembley. It's Tyson signing for the fans.
Tyson.
Look at this WBC belt as well.
I've got to do one interview with Michelle. I promise. Make it short. Make sure. Get down to me now.
T-shirts getting signed here. This is it. This is the WBC lineal heavyweight champion. Cameras everywhere.
Look here then. Hiya. Good boy. Are you going to be a boxer too? Good lads. Go on. Get him in. Get the little fella in. Good lads. Here. Here's your pen. Nice. 263.
Tyson. That's it, let's go, no more.
You James, get him out of here now.
Well, there we go, John.
Yeah.
An epic moment actually there. That's what I wanted, you and Tyson having a little chat up there. Tell us your thoughts now. We conclude the weigh-in. All that's left to do is fight. How are you feeling and what's going to happen tomorrow night?
I'm breathless. You know, we've just been stood. I can feel his energy through me. You know what? I feel like I'm having a dizzy spell with joy, you know what I'm saying? But believe me, you can see the energy, the confidence. He just wants to go. You know, and stood here with my boy on it. People like this in London have showed him the best respect here. You know, at the end of the day, my mother's from this city. She was bred and born in Red Hill down the road here. There's always been a great crowd. This is the place to have a pinnacle fight. There's no other place like London, Wembley Arena. And thank them all for showing the respect my son deserves. What a lot. I've enjoyed it. Can't say any more, Dave. It's heartfelt.
Yeah,
and being there with my boy, we know we've done the work.
Yeah.
It's up to God now, the decision. The best man will win, and good luck to both boys.
Brilliant. Good luck to both boys. It's been fantastic here today at Box Park, Wembley. All that's left to do now is fight. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, 6 o'clock. Join us on BT Sport Box Office tomorrow night. If you're lucky enough to be there, lucky you. John Fury, I'd like you to sign us out. I'd like you to tell everyone why they should be tuning in tomorrow night.
You're going to see something you're probably never going to see again in your lifetime. This is the last chance to probably see my son box. He's at the best he can ever be, and he's going to put it all on the line tomorrow night for everybody, so don't miss it. Tune in live on BT Sport. You know, Frank Warren Promotion, they've done a brilliant job. Thousands in attendance. Breathtaking crowd at the weigh-in. It just gets better and better. But the main course is tomorrow evening. Do not miss it. Take care and God bless you all. And thank everybody out there, the paying customer, the ones that's been buying the subscriptions. Good luck to you all and thank you. We need your support. Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.